the meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Fort Flint City Council regular meeting on September 23rd, 2025 in the Linda Hartloff Chambers at Fort Flint City Hall. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silent reflection for those protecting and serving our country.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. Phil.
I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Mrs. Gilman as clerk of council for this evening's meeting.
Thank you. Do I have a second? I'll second. Sorry. Thank you, Mrs. Lewis. Any discussion? We have a motion by Mr. Trolley, second by Mrs. Hovis, to appoint Mrs. Gilman as the clerk for this evening's council meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Mrs. Gilman is hereby appointed. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Margaret Phillips. Here. Richard Morgan.
Here.
Avery Robinson.
Here.
Kathy King.
Here.
Jerry Trolley.
Present.
Beth Gilman here. Pat Hovis.
Present. Thank you. Council, you previously received the September 9, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Madam President, I move for an approval of the September 9th regular meeting minutes.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Any discussion? Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Phillips, second by Ms. Hovis to approve the September 9, 2025 regular meeting minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries and the minutes are hereby approved. The chair notes that certification has been made regarding compliance with the rules and notifications of this meeting. Tonight, guest presenter from the Water Department, Julie Federoli. So you can just stand there or you can come to the podium, however you'd like to do it. She's going to discuss the new software in the Water Department.
Hello. So in the water department, we have had many changes going on citywide and in specifically for the water department. They all just kind of happen to fall at the same time. So a couple of the citywide, we have new phones, and with the installation of the new phones, we have a phone number, 734-4040, that we haven't used in probably 20 years, that was still out there. So that was, that number is now obsolete. However, we found out afterwards that the Google search had the 4040 number, not our 5522 number. So Brandy did some research on that and got that changed as of Friday. It's back up with our correct number. We also have a new website, a lot easier to navigate. However, if you've ever been on our website, it will navigate you to the old website, so you just have to refresh your browser. We've had that conversation with probably about 100 people so far that think that they can't get to our website to make a payment. So you still can, you just have to manually type in our website address. It's the same address, portclinton.com. So more specifically for the water department, we converted to new billing software. It's been a huge change, a lot different than the previous one, but it looks like it's going to be a lot more streamlined. We're doing a lot of our processes will be moving to paperless, and there's just a whole list of tasks that we do each month that was always kept tracked by paper and a folder, and it's all going paperless, and it's all kept track of in a checklist on this software. Little bumps in the road. We've been spending we went live August 25th, and there's a lot of bumps to figure out between the conversion, but we've been working really hard on training and trying to make sure that everything in the old software matches exactly to what's in the new software as far as billing, charges, usage, and all of that information. We do have a new payment system as well. That was integrated into this new software, so that's why we went with this new payment system. A few more bumps with that. It's pretty new to the software company, so we're kind of both learning together, but there's a new account number Your account number is slightly changed, and then the PIN number, there's a new PIN number as well, if you need to get online and make payment, or to just look at your account online. We do offer, this new payment system has auto pay, so you can set up auto pay online for credit cards or for your checking account, where it automatically comes out for you each month. That's something new, a little bit new. We still do offer ACH, which you can do auto pay each month automatically only from your checking account, not your credit card. That service is still free if you sign up through the office. We have about 900, almost 900 people that are signed up on that currently in the city. We have a new bill format coming out with these new changes. The information that we send to print the bills is a little bit different, so it should be a little bit easier for people to read and figure out what they're being billed. Last month we were under the gun to get those bills out, so there were some issues that hopefully will be resolved when we send the bills out this week, for this month. And there is also you were able to make payments online or over the phone, so that over the phone number has changed. That's all printed on the back of your bill, and the information you need is on the front of your bill, which is your account number and PIN number that I mentioned before. We have paperless billing still offered. Anybody that was previously signed up will have to re-sign up on this program because it did not convert well at all. With the paperless billing previously, you were emailed a link that you could log into your account to view your bill. This new system will email you a copy of your bill, so you have it right there in your email. So that's a little bit better. Our work orders are all online now, so it's all electronic. It's really streamlined a lot of stuff with the guys out on the field. We can give them a lot more information, and they can get us a lot more information. And it's instantaneous, so it's just out there. They can go read the meter, and we'll have it as soon as they have it. So no walking back and forth with papers. We have a new metering system that we're implementing as well. It's an AMI system, which we can read right from our computers. This week is when that finally went live, where we could actually read them from our computers. So we're learning how to use all that as well. We've got about 300 meters on that system right now, so if somebody wants a final, they're moving out of their house, we can press a button, get the reading, create a final, and they can have it right there. It's pretty instantaneous. It also will allow us each month when we read meters, we just press a button, get all those meter readings in, and we're done, and we can do our thing with preparing for the bills. They are a lot more accurate than the old meters, so we've seen an increase in usage for some people, but on the city side of things, that's bringing our water loss numbers down a little bit, because we're probably losing, we thought we had leaks somewhere, and it's not really, it's just the meters were not accurate. So that just came up. Eventually, customers will be able to monitor their own usage by going up there. We're gonna have to learn how to use it ourselves before we give it out to the general public, but they've told us that you'll be able to sign on a portal and you'll be able to see what your own usage looks like. So if you're like, hey, why is my water so high? You can go get hour by hour. This is what my reading was the whole month. Oh, look, on this day at 2 o'clock in the morning, my water spiked, and you'll be able to see what's going on and why it's high. So it's a really cool system, and I think it's gonna help cut down a lot of work on both the street side and on our side. With this software change, another part of this software is keeping track of any municipal billing and cemetery billing. So when we send out statements, our other software was obsolete and crashing, and we were able to get all the data out, but it's now in the system. So we can send out statements that are a little more professional, and they've got stubs on the bottom you can return with payments. We can print it right when they're off in the office. We can print off a receipt. And then hopefully in the future, what we're looking to do with this system, it will allow us to take credit card payments for cemetery payments, for municipal billing, other departments and whatnot. I know the PD is very interested in getting that up and running. We've got to keep updated and get all trained on the utility billing and know what we're doing there first before we introduce something else, but eventually that will be coming. Last thing is, if anybody's got a sewer deduct meter, make sure you get us reading by October 31st to get the credit on your water bill. I think that's it.
Thank you. Anyone on council have any questions?
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Give me a
You're more
holler
than
if you
wel-
think of
you're more than
anything.
welcome to stay, but you can leave if you like.
That's okay.
Nice. Okay, we'll move on to public comments.
Dave Barth, 911 Glendale Drive.
I just wasn't sure of the process of reporting a house that needs some yard work done. I guess I can call the mayor's office, but the address is 420 Monroe Street. It's just overgrown and it's already maybe in the works, but it looks pretty bad to the neighborhood. I don't live there, but I drive by every day.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Colston is making a note of that.
420.
And also on the website, there is, Ms. Gilman's talked about before, you can report, there's a problem report. You can report any of that stuff with the new system too. So, I mean, you're more than welcome to come to meetings. We love having people here. So feel free to do that too, but you can always do it on the problem report.
Delbert Hat, 216 East Court.
Did you want to speak?
I
Or
don't
you
have
just
any,
do-
no, I submitted everything, I'm good, I'm just here to listen.
Okay.
The next name I can't read, I think it's Matt or Mark. The address is 1020 Ottawa Drive.
I'm just here to observe. I thought we had to
Okay.
sign in,
No.
sorry.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Alvin Cortez, 211 West 3rd Street.
That's me.
Did you want to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You see my bucket here, right? Yes. I think this is brush. I have a pile of this in my front yard boulevard, and the city, or Mr. Colston, your people, have been driving by it for 2 months now. And so I called the city, or you know, the offices, and they told them there's something, they told me that there's something there that doesn't belong there, and it can't be put through the shredder. So I brought some of what's in there. Tell me what's bad.
I'll drive by and take a look at it, it's no problem, what's your address?
211 West 3rd.
West Third?
Yep.
Sure. Do
And
that tomorrow.
I don't know what's bad. I do a lot of composting, and this stuff just doesn't compost for me.
Let me get a look at it, and I'll give you a call back and let you know.
Okay, thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
I will take this with me.
Yes.
Let me go back in
We
there.
went to executive officers report. Council this evening, we have 2 first readings, ordinance 2625, and that will not be assigned to a committee, and it will go the full 3 readings. Then we have resolution 25-7, that will not be assigned to a committee either. That will go to 3 readings. I believe Mr. Velo will talk about that at some point. That is all I have this evening. Mr. Snyder?
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, Council, everyone else here tonight. Good news, you may have recalled at our last council meeting, I announced that Kleinfelder, the engineering firm that the city had hired to work on the forward-looking infrastructure project, had submitted all of the final drawings and documents and volumes of information to the 5 primary funding sources for review. And again, those funding sources were the U.S. EPA STAG funds, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers 594 funds, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which was the biggest funding source there, Ohio EPA Division of Environmental and Financial Assistance, and the Ohio EPA Division of Surface Water. We had anticipated anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks for those folks to review. Not all of them have responded, but earlier today, Mr. Colston and I received word that the U.S. EPA STAG funds have been approved. They've signed off on everything, so we're 20% of the way there, which I think is fantastic news. We're 2 weeks into it. Still, we've got some time to wait. Once all 5 of those groups sign off on the final plans, and as Kleinfelder has been working to finalize these plans. They have been in communication with these different agencies to say, hey, how do you want this to appear? How does this look? So we're very confident, but again, it's just that waiting process that we're in right now. And once everyone is approved, we can go out for bid, and then we can get the phone calls that my road's under construction. So it's a good and bad thing. Fall cleanup, I announced this the last time, but fall cleanup is set for October 18th, Saturday the 18th here at City Hall. From 8 to 3, contact City Hall 734-5522, extension 2 to find out the prohibited items. Likewise, October 1st will be cemetery cleanup throughout the 2 cemeteries here in the city. Please have all of the items removed by the 30th of September. Crews will come through, anticipate a few days to work. A week later, you can have the legal items back on your loved ones' tombstones. And then finally this evening, I'm going to cut this short because a few of us want to get home to watch the Guardians beat up the Tigers. For several decades, the Port Clinton Kiwanis Club has honored the Port Clinton Patrolman and Ottawa County Sheriff's Deputy of the Year. I've been in Kiwanis 20-some years, and it had been done for decades prior. Recently, Kiwanis approached me to approach the fire department about recognizing the Firefighter of the Year. So later this evening, during the regular training session that starts at 7 o'clock tonight, the members of the Port Clinton Fire Department will be voting to honor the Firefighter of the Year, the first time ever. And then on Wednesday, October 15th, at our regular Kiwanis meeting, we will have a ceremony recognizing that individual. I think it's a wonderful thing to recognize all of the first responders, and we have a couple of them in the room with us today, by the way, and a former one sitting at the main table there. So I just want to let council know that that's coming down the pipeline, and I'll let you know as soon as I know who that recipient is. With that, Madam President, that concludes my report for this evening.
Okay. Does anyone on council have any questions?
I'll wait.
Okay. Okay.
You'll have your seat.
Mr. Vila, auditor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Council, on September 15th, I was able to meet with the Forest Service in Washington, D.C. and asked about the IRA funds that the city is in receipt of through a subaward grant agreement with American Forests, which is a national pass-through partner. The Forest Service indicated that we have a green light. All recipients now have a green light. It'll never be, they can't promise it will always be a green light. We'll never get a formal notification saying that this grant is good and golden forever and ever, sadly, but I'll talk with the folks behind me, including the tree commission, on how to move forward in a risk-averse way, so we're not left holding any charges that we're not being reimbursed for, including planting, which I know a lot of us want to start that part of the process. I can speak a little bit on the splash pad, which is hope to have some graphics of what it'll look like, the coming community splash pad. First splash pad in the city of Port Clinton and Ottawa County-wide before the next council meeting. Did you talk about that? Whatever council meets next, whether it's the regular meeting or a special meeting, to take up legislation for some of the additional site prep work that needs to be done, utilities, grading, some other concrete work at the site. So that's the work we've seen down there that Mr. Colson and his team have been doing for the past week. I already think it was much, much better, and great things to come, so more to come. On the legislation tonight, the only new one that I can speak to is Resolution 25-7, which is an annual practice where we present to council figures from the Budget Commission of Ottawa County. It sets no new rates, nothing. It just authorizes them to collect property tax, and if the city sees it's appropriate, allocation of property tax across all jurisdictions within the county. So, if you could approve that by the third reading, that would be great. No request for expedited consideration. So, happy to answer any questions you might have. Otherwise, thank you for your kind attention. It's good to be with you.
Any questions for Mr. Vila? Move on to the treasurer's report.
All right, our rental registrations for the year collected are $29,300, and our bed tax collections for the year are $272,617.93.
Our dock tax collected is $23,210.75.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, how are we running compared to past years?
We're a little lower on the bed tax. We're actually only at 80% of our budget right now. The dock tax, we are exceeding our budget by 11%, so that's good. The rental registrations are down. Our expected revenue was $65,000. We're only at $29,300, but I think last year we had all those initial registration fees, which we don't have this year.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Law Director.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Safety Service Director.
Nothing today, Madam
Thank you. City staff, we don't have any. Move on to committee reports. Finance, Mrs. Otis.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Environment, Public Works, Mr. Trolley.
We had a meeting tonight and discussed ordinance 2425, and we're all in agreement that great to move on and be the third reading. We'll go from there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Safety Services, Ms. Phillips.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Economic and Community Development, Ms. Gilman.
Thank you, Madam President. We have a meeting directly after this meeting to discuss Resolution 25-6.
Thank you. We move on to readings of ordinances and resolutions. Under third reading, we have none. Under second reading, we have ordinance 24-25. Will the clerk please read by title and summary only ordinance 24-25?
Ordinance 24-25, an ordinance authorizing and directing the Director of Safety and Service and Auditor to enter into a grant agreement with the Federal Highway Administration on behalf of the United States Department of Transportation to implement the City of Port Clinton Active Transportation Infrastructure Improvement Program Grant Award and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Does council wish to take any action as to ordinance 24-25? Seeing none, ordinance 24-25 will be moved to its third reading at the next regular scheduled council meeting on October 14th. Right. Check. Yes. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only, resolution 25-6?
Resolution 25-6, resolution expressing support for construction of new single-family homes in the City of Port Clinton and promoting such construction through economic development incentives.
Thank you. Does council wish to take any action as to resolution 25-6? Seeing none, resolution 25-6 will move to its third reading at the next regular scheduled council meeting on October 14th. Move on to first readings. Will the clerk please read by title and summary only ordinance 26-25?
Ordinance 26-25, an ordinance vacating a portion of the north-south alley located between lots 4 and 5, block 23 of the original plat of the City of Port Clinton.
Thank you. Does council wish to take any action as to ordinance 26-25? Seeing none, ordinance 26-25 will move to its second reading at the next regular scheduled council meeting on October 14th, 2025. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only resolution 25-7?
Resolution 25-7, resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
Thank you. Does council wish to take any action as to resolution 25-7? Seeing none, resolution 25-7 will be moved to its second reading at the next regular scheduled council meeting on October 14th, 2025. Move on to business from the floor. Mr. Morgan. Mr. Robinson. Ms. Phillips.
Nothing different tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Summers.
Nothing tonight, Madam
Mr.
President.
Droley.
Mr. Mayor, you may want to sit down for this.
Oh,
Great news, Gabe. Thank you, Mr. Bealow, for that information. Mr. Colson, I know you guys have been really short-handed this summer. You guys have done a bang-up job for as short of manpower as you've been.
I'll pass it on. Thank you.
Now all that's out of the way. I know, we purchased Key Bank, had closings. Any idea when we may get to see it inside? I mean, when we purchased the city garage, past mayor took us to a few buildings that we were looking at and toured them, discussed them. I would really like to see what we're going to do in there, if that's possible, anytime soon.
Sure, we can go through it anytime. We don't know what we're doing yet either. We've had a criteria architect look at the building. He's been talking with the folks in this building right now and exploring this building to see what our current usage is, and he'll convert that into what he feels is the necessary course of action, and then we'll go from there. But we can get you through.
Why don't we wait till we get a little more information
Okay,
like that?
because you can see before and after. We can get you in anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
That information you gave us about the financing, the approval of the 5.
Yeah.
That information would be wonderful given out to the public.
It's funny you should say that, because there is a Mayor's Mike's memo set to run in the Beacon
Oh, thank you.
on that
very
exact
much.
same topic.
See, great minds, man.
Yeah.
Great minds. See, people? See? We work together. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, Mrs. King.
Yeah, well, I'll just tag along after Jerry. Like, so I was just thinking, like, we haven't heard anything else about the communication plan. We talked, like, it went to a committee. Like, is anything happening with that? Like, you know, having either a director or, you know, like we talked about hiring someone for communications.
Was it assigned to a committee?
It was in our committee, but we did not create a director position. In the minutes that we sent out to everybody, we suggested that they work with an agency on a contractual basis, administration. So
Yeah.
I can't answer
Okay.
what
I mean,
administration
is administration doing anything with that?
At this point, nothing's been. Yeah.
Okay. And then the other question
Mrs.
is.
And just, I'll clarify, because I think it's helpful. I was at the meeting and happy to participate. I don't think, at least I don't know if anyone sitting back here actually gets minutes of what you guys do in committee and act upon and vote on, so that might have been
And
the
I
only
did
time.
send an email out following up with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to where that was. And then the other part was, you know, I think I asked this last time, but, you know, our garbage bid is coming up. So are we gonna do that next meeting, or is that coming soon?
We're gonna have an ordinance for the next meeting and hopefully pass it on that, on a first read, because it's basically just mimicking what we had back originally. We're gonna keep the trash and recycling to go out for bid, and then we wanna get the bid documents out so people can, follow the process if they wanna bid for the contractor job.
Well, I think the committee that I'm on, like, we talked about, like, you know, looking into some other things as well as, like, the previous, so, like, you know, because Richard, you mentioned brush pickup, you know, so, like, I don't know that it's gonna be exactly the same.
We haven't received anything from council or committee, so I don't know what exactly.
Well, we assumed that it would come to our committee before it has it,
What would come to your committee?
the ordinance.
The ordinance is just basically to go back out for bid. It's just
I
to go
know,
back out for
but we
bid.
talked about adding, okay.
Yeah, it's not an ordinance for trash, it's for.
No,
And
no.
then we go for bids.
I know, but like we talked in our committee about like adding brush to that.
Right.
That would be for going out to bid, though. Like that would
Yeah,
be.
you would
part
have to put that in
Yeah,
your
that would be
specs.
in there. So like, it's not, so, okay. All right, that's my question, or that was my question.
Okay. So what committee talked about that?
Environmental.
In public works.
Because we assumed that it would come to our committee. We were just, like, last time we were in the committee, we just were discussing it off.
Well, I guess if you have any suggestion, I mean, your committee may have to meet again before the next one. And if you have suggestions, then I would suggest you forward them on to see if it's something that can be added to the contract.
Okay.
So. Okay. Mrs. Gilman?
Nothing tonight, Madam President. Oh, go Guardians, since nobody mentioned that. So we could go on and delay the start of the game, but nothing
Okay.
tonight, Madam President.
Okay, seeing no further business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam President, I move this August body adjourns.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Crowley. Motion by Ms. Phillips, seconded by Mr. Crowley to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Thank you for adjourn.